some games simply don't age. Whether through the depth of their narrative, engaging gameplay, or unique atmosphere, there are titles that continue captivating new players even years after their release. While some gained immediate attention and became references, others remained hidden gems, waiting to be discovered. Time passes, new generations of consoles arrive, but certain experiences remain just as impactful as the day they were released. Today's list brings a selection that balances major successes and hidden gems, those games that deserve more recognition. In today's video, there's no age filter. Both newer titles and those with years of history are included. Each offers something special, whether it's an unforgettable plot, a fascinating world, or innovative mechanics that remain relevant. These are games well worth playing in 2025. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring daily content so you don't miss a detail of the gaming universe. And if you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd be thrilled. From one gamer to another, kicking off the list, A Plague Tale. Innocence places you in the heart of a medieval France consumed by plague and the brutality of the Inquisition. It all begins with a home destroyed in a matter of minutes, forcing a desperate flight with no clear destination. The gameplay blends stealth and strategy in a tense and immersive way. Facing enemies head-on is unthinkable, so each area becomes a puzzle of shadows and distractions. Fire and light become indispensable allies against swarms of rats that move like a living sea, devouring everything in their path. Solving problems using the environment is key, whether it's creating temporary paths with torches or manipulating enemies to open a way forward. The visuals amplify the impact of the journey. Devastated villages, ruined castles, and dark forests create an oppressive atmosphere, while the soundtrack accompanies each moment of tension and relief. The game knows when to let you breathe and when to throw you back into despair. It's no exaggeration to say that each scene feels like a Renaissance painting destroyed by time, making every moment as beautiful as it is terrifying. Next, we have Tunic, a game that tricks you with its cute appearance but quickly reveals itself to be challenging and full of mysteries. Controlling a small fox, you explore forgotten ruins, face hostile creatures, and try to understand a world that doesn't give away its secrets easily. Every detail matters. Every symbol could hide a greater secret, and the feeling of uncovering something lost to time makes it even more engaging. The combat demands much more than quick reflexes. Dodging, blocking, and parrying attacks are crucial to surviving, and each enemy has its own pattern, forcing you to learn and adapt. Exploring the map is just as important as fighting. Hidden passages, unexpected shortcuts, and buried secrets await those who pay attention to the details. The art direction immediately catches the eye. The contrast between vibrant colors and quiet landscapes creates a unique atmosphere, both beautiful and melancholic. Dense forests, dark ruins, and palaces above the clouds form a world that feels larger than one can comprehend. In third place, Kingdom Come. Deliverance returns to the spotlight now that the sequel has been announced, making this the perfect time to embark on the first journey and prepare for what's coming. The story plunges you into medieval Bohemia, a land ravaged by conflict and betrayal. Amid the chaos, a simple blacksmith's son watches his life fall apart when mercenaries, under the command of an ambitious king, burn down his village. Without a home, family, or direction, there's only one choice: fight. The game's realism is impressive, putting you at the heart of a brutal war where every action has weight. Combat demands patience and strategy. Stealth is also a valid approach, and missions can be resolved in different ways, whether through persuasion, bribery, or sheer brutality. The recreation of medieval Bohemia is a spectacle in itself. Imposing castles, dense forests, and vibrant villages create a world that feels like it's come straight out of history books. Everything is built with remarkable detail, from historically accurate outfits to NPC behaviors, which react dynamically to your actions. The immersion is total, and every decision can change the way characters perceive their role in the war. Few games capture the spirit of the medieval era with such fidelity, making this a unique experience for anyone seeking something beyond traditional fantasy tales. In fourth place, Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen puts you in the role of the Chosen One, someone whose heart was torn out by a dragon and survived. This event not only marks the protagonist's fate, but throws them into a journey where the line between legend and reality blurs. The world stands on the brink of chaos. Colossal creatures roam uncontrollably. Combat is one of the game's most impressive aspects. It's not just about attacking and blocking, but using the environment and the creatures themselves to your advantage. You can climb a Cyclops to hit its weak spots, cut off a Hydra's head before it regenerates, or use a gust of wind to extend your jump. The open world is full of details and unpredictable dangers. Cities offer missions, merchants, and allies, but just stepping away a bit changes the tone completely. Caves hide dark secrets, roads are overrun by bandits, and forests harbor creatures that don't forgive mistakes. The pawn system brings an interesting dynamic, allowing you to recruit companions who learn from battles and bring knowledge of unfamiliar territories, making each expedition more dynamic and strategic. In fifth place, Lacrimosa of Dana delivers an adventure full of mysteries, frantic battles, and unexpected discoveries. A shipwreck leads the protagonist to a cursed island, where there's no escape and dangers emerge around every corner. Colossal creatures dominate the landscape. Mysterious ruins hide long-forgotten secrets, and each survivor rescued brings new possibilities to face this inhospitable place. The Cursed Island is full of distinct biomes, from dense forests to subterranean caves and isolated beaches. Between intense battles and moments of investigation, the connections between the shipwreck, the island, and the mysterious young woman begin to unfold, creating a plot that keeps curiosity alive. In sixth place, Song of Horror revives classic horror and takes it to a new level with an entity that learns and adapts to your behavior. It all begins with the disappearance of a famous writer and his family, followed by the vanishing of those who tried to find them. What seemed like just a strange case soon turns into something much worse. Something ancient and unspeakable lurks in the dark corridors of the mansion and other haunted places waiting for you. There's no safety, no pattern, and most importantly, there's no way to predict what comes next. The key innovation lies in how the game creates fear. It's not about cheap jump scares, but about a constant tension fueled by AI that observes your every move. The entity doesn't follow a fixed script. It learns and strikes when you least expect it. Each playable character brings a unique perspective, but all share the same fate. If they're caught, they don't return. Death is permanent, and the story continues with whoever remains, making each decision a real risk. The darkness isn't just aesthetic. It's an integral part of the game, where any shadow could be hiding something lurking. Exploring every corner is crucial to gather clues and solve puzzles, but always with the doubt, should I open that door? Continuing, Tormented Souls is a direct tribute to classic survival horror, bringing back the sense of vulnerability and psychological terror that define the genre. The story begins disturbingly. An investigation into the disappearance of two twins leads the protagonist to an isolated mansion, where something terrible happens. Waking up naked in a bathtub, connected to a macabre medical device, is just the beginning of a journey where nothing is as it seems. The gameplay revives established mechanics, combining exploration, combat, and puzzle solving. Every corner of the environment hides crucial secrets, but also threatens with dark presences lurking in the shadows. Finding clues, collecting tools, and solving puzzles is essential to progress. The setting transforms the mansion into a character in its own right. Oppressive rooms, corridors lit only by flickering lanterns, and mirrors that challenge the perception of reality create a suffocating atmosphere. The feeling of being watched never fades, and each step forward raises the question of whether it's worth continuing. The horror here isn't just based on what's visible, but the constant uncertainty of what might be lurking. In eighth place, Martha is Dead delivers an intense psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy, amid the chaos of World War II. The tranquility of the Tuscan countryside is shattered when Martha's body is found in a lake, and her twin sister, Julia, becomes entangled in a disturbing mystery. The gameplay focuses on exploration and narrative immersion. Photographs reveal hidden secrets, puppets reenact painful memories, and tarot cards provide enigmatic clues. The Tuscan countryside is recreated with an impressive level of detail, bringing villages, forests, and homes scarred by the war. In addition to investigating, Julia must deal with her own fears, and each step toward the truth drags her deeper into an agonizing psychological maze. The environment plays a key role in the experience. The setting not only reflects the brutality of the conflict, but also holds echoes of untold stories. The dense, melancholic atmosphere becomes an essential element of the narrative, where small details can hide significant revelations. Reality becomes increasingly unstable as new clues emerge, and the psychological horror strengthens in what can't be easily explained. In ninth place, Red Dead Redemption 2 delivers an intense journey full of twists in the dying days of the outlaw era. A gang on the run fights to survive as the law and bounty hunters close in each day. More than just escapes and shootouts. The true weight of the story lies in the relationships between the gang members, in the tensions that grow with each failed hit, and in the constant feeling that the old world is disappearing. The level of detail is astonishing. The environment naturally reacts to every action, from a stranger remembering what was done on the last visit to the town, to small gestures like cleaning a revolver before using it. Interaction with the world goes beyond main missions, allowing for hunts, duels, card games, random encounters, and even simple moments like watching the sunrise in a camp. Some choices directly impact how the world reacts, and even small details can change the course of the story. It's not just about following a script, but living in a world where every action carries weight and every decision has consequences. In 10th place, Aztech Forgotten Gods presents a world where tradition and technology blend in surprising ways. In a futuristic metropolis inspired by Aztec culture, a forgotten past awakens in the form of colossal gods threatening the city. To fight them, a young warrior must master an ancient artifact and turn the very power of these entities against them. The journey unfolds through a narrative full of twists and unexpected discoveries. The gameplay stands out with its fluid and dynamic movement. The ancient artifact isn't just for attacking, but also allows you to soar through the city with speed and precision. Exploring the city reveals hidden mysteries, letting you learn more about this advanced civilization, deeply connected to its roots. The setting offers a unique view of Mesoamerican mythology, reimagined in a futuristic context without losing its essence. Stone architecture blends with impressive technological advancements, creating an aesthetic that breaks away from common patterns. Every street, temple, and building carries echoes of a distant past, giving the world a unique identity full of meaning. Continuing, Elden Ring, an action RPG that redefined open worlds, has become one of the most remarkable titles of recent years. The devastated lands bear scars of an ancient war, where fallen gods and imposing creatures vie for control of fragmented power. From the first moment, the world opens up without constraints, allowing you to explore forgotten ruins, face colossal enemies, or dive straight into the most lethal challenges. The variety of combat styles lets you choose between quick and agile attacks or heavy strikes with magic or imposing weaponry. Each enemy defeated brings a new sense of accomplishment, and each new area explored holds secrets, traps, and stories buried by time. The environment is vast and impressive, constantly creating a sense of discovery. Open fields, ruined castles, hidden caves, and ghostly cities organically connect, encouraging exploration at a leisurely pace. Nothing is placed by accident, and the little details tell stories beyond the dialogues and missions. The world feels alive, reacting to choices made, and always offering a new challenge for those willing to dive deep into its mysteries. In 12th place, Days Gone is an action survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by a pandemic. Desolate roads, abandoned cities, and wild forests are now dominated by ferocious creatures that move in relentless hordes. The gameplay combines exploration, combat, and resource management. The bike becomes an extension of your survival instinct, serving both as a means of escape and an essential tool for navigating hostile territories. Facing threats requires planning. Charging straight into a horde can be suicidal, but setting traps or finding alternative routes can turn the tide. Improvised weapons, stealth, and creative strategies make all the difference in the fight against a world that always seems on the brink of collapse. Dense forests, time-worn highways, and small ghost towns create a scene of beauty and desolation. Between desperate battles and quiet moments, the search for purpose becomes just as important as survival itself. In 13th place, The Last of Us delivers one of the most impactful stories ever told in a game. The world is in ruins, devastated by a pandemic that turned society into a brutal and merciless place. Among survivor groups willing to do anything and creatures roaming in search of flesh, an unexpected journey begins when a smuggler is tasked with escorting a girl across the country. What seemed like just another job quickly becomes a desperate fight for survival, as bonds form and tough choices must be made. The gameplay balances stealth, exploration, and intense combat. Danger can come from any direction, whether it's a group of raiders, lurking infected, or even the environment itself, where every sound can attract a threat. The world around you conveys both desolation and beauty. Cities overtaken by vegetation, abandoned homes, and destroyed roads tell stories without words. Small details like messages left by former inhabitants and traces of interrupted lives reinforce the feeling of a world that has moved on without its former occupants. The dense, oppressive atmosphere makes every step feel significant, turning this journey into something not just dangerous, but deeply unforgettable. In 14th place, Gris presents a sensitive and deeply visual journey. The protagonist finds herself lost in a faded world shaped by her own pain. As she moves forward, new colors and forms begin to emerge, and the dress she wears adapts, granting abilities that allow her to explore previously inaccessible places. Each discovery symbolizes a step toward overcoming what was lost, turning the adventure into something much larger than simply moving through the scenery. The gameplay is centered on exploration, puzzle solving, and subtle platforming challenges. There are no enemies or real danger, but the path is filled with obstacles that require observation and adaptation. The hand-drawn style, with watercolor hues and delicate animations, turns each scene into something unique. The absence of text strengthens the immersion, allowing everything to be understood through the subtle details scattered throughout the environment. The silence and grandeur of the surroundings create an introspective atmosphere, making every moment something to be felt rather than just played. In 15th place, Blackwood Crossing offers an engaging story about family bonds, growth, and loss. It all begins on a moving train, where a teenage girl and her younger brother find themselves not knowing how they got there. What seems like just an ordinary trip soon turns into something surreal, as mysterious figures appear and the environment changes in unexpected ways. Each moment reveals new details about their relationship, bringing up memories, unspoken feelings, and hidden truths. The gameplay focuses on exploration and interacting with the environment. Solving small puzzles and interpreting symbols scattered across the scenes helps advance the narrative, which unfolds emotionally and often melancholically. The train, which initially seems like an ordinary space, transforms into something much larger, revealing layers of meaning with every new discovery. The relationship between the siblings is at the heart of everything. The visual style contributes to the magical and unsettling atmosphere of the journey. The mix of reality and imagination creates memorable scenes, some filled with color and life, others carrying an emotional weight that's impossible to ignore. The unfolding story leads to deep reflections on growing up, longing, and the consequences of distance. In 16th place, Cris Tales presents a unique RPG where the past, present, and future coexist on the same screen. A young mage awakens her powers and discovers that the world is on the brink of destruction by the hands of the Empress of Time. To prevent a tragic fate, she begins a journey through the realms in search of allies and answers, while learning to manipulate time to change the course of history. Every decision has an immediate impact on the world around her, making each choice a real burden on the fate of characters and places. The turn-based combat system reinvents strategy by allowing temporal manipulation. Players can throw enemies into the past to face weaker versions of them, or to the future, where they've already suffered the effects of poisons applied in the present. Combined attacks and timely defenses create dynamic battles, requiring observation and planning. Additionally, exploration uncovers secrets that change with time, opening new possibilities as the protagonist's power grows. The hand-drawn world turns every scenario into a living work of art, full of colors and details that change according to the temporal shifts. Vibrant cities can become ruins or flourish into prosperity, depending on the actions taken throughout the journey. The world, inspired by classic JRPGs, carries an enchanting atmosphere, blending fantasy with epic challenges. As the plot unfolds, the line between destiny and free will become thinner, making every decision a crucial piece of this adventure's outcome. In 17th place, Nobody Saves the World brings an action RPG full of creativity and humor. It all starts with a protagonist without an identity, who suddenly gains the ability to transform into various forms, from a slippery slug to a mighty dragoness. Each transformation brings new mechanics, allowing you to explore the world and face enemies in unexpected ways. Chaos spreads, dungeons become increasingly dangerous, and the only solution is to master these powers to stop the cataclysm. The gameplay encourages experimentation. More than 15 forms can be unlocked and combined, creating unique strategies to overcome challenges and defeat enemies. A knight shooting poison, or a wizard leaving behind a trail of explosive slime are just a few of the possibilities. Mutating dungeons ensure that no challenge is ever the same, requiring constant adaptations. Plus, the cooperative mode allows you to embark on this journey with a friend, making everything even more chaotic and fun. The open world is full of quirky inhabitants and unconventional quests. Each character has their own problems, and there's always an absurd solution to solve them. The vibrant visual style, with fluid animations and detailed environments, enhances the lighthearted tone of the adventure. Each unlocked transformation not only alters the way you fight, but also how you interact with the environment, making exploration dynamic and unpredictable. In 18th place, Prey delivers an intense sci-fi thriller where nothing is as it seems. You're aboard a space station, and something has gone terribly wrong. An ambitious experiment has unleashed an alien threat that now spreads like a plague, transforming everything around it. Every corridor of the station could hide something dangerous, and every shadow might be more than it seems. As you search for answers about your past and the true purpose of the research conducted there, the fight for survival becomes increasingly desperate. The gameplay encourages creativity and adaptation. Resources are limited, making it essential to explore every sector of Talos Eye in search of tools, improvised weapons, and abilities that can make a difference. The power system allows you to incorporate alien capabilities, completely altering the way challenges are faced. Additionally, the threat roaming the station doesn't follow predictable patterns, making every encounter a tense and unpredictable experience. The setting reinforces the sense of isolation and constant danger. Inspired by the corporate luxury of the 1960s, the station combines beauty and decay, with opulent environments now overtaken by chaos. The architecture is not just aesthetic but also functional, full of alternate pathways and hidden secrets that reward exploration. With each new discovery, the pieces of this mystery start to fall into place, revealing truths that might have been better left unknown. In 19th place, Uncharted 4 brings a cinematic adventure filled with action, exploration, and unforgettable moments. The past resurfaces when an old connection reappears, bringing the promise of one last great hidden treasure. What starts as a treasure hunt quickly transforms into a personal journey, where historical mysteries, betrayals, and secrets buried for years come to light. Each step leads to new challenges, while forgotten ruins, old maps, and conspiracies lost in time unveil unexpected layers of this hunt for the unknown. The gameplay combines intense gunfights, daring climbs, and puzzles that require observation and reasoning. The combat is dynamic, allowing you to approach enemies stealthily or engage in direct confrontations during spectacular chases. The world opens up with rich environments, from dense jungles to vibrant cities, each offering different ways to interact. Beyond the adrenaline of the action moments, the narrative is strengthened by sharp dialogue and the relationships between characters, making each discovery more meaningful than just finding riches. The level of detail transforms each setting into a spectacle in itself. Historical cities, hidden temples, and snow-covered mountains create landscapes that impress both with their grandeur and a sense of authenticity. Each location feels like it carries its own history, connecting the past and the present in a deeply engaging way. Among forgotten ruins and hidden secrets, the search for the unknown becomes something deeper, where the true discovery lies not just in hidden treasures, but in what the journey means for those who follow it. Continuing, Demon's Souls brings a dark and relentless world, where each step could be your last. An ancient force has been awakened, bringing with it a dense fog that corrupts everything around it. Monstrous creatures roam in search of souls, and those who tried to face this terror have disappeared. Only warriors willing to challenge the unknown remain, facing unimaginable dangers to restore balance and prevent this curse from consuming everything. The gameplay requires patience and precision. Each battle is a test of skill, where a single mistake can be fatal. Relentless enemies lurk around every corner, and every fight needs to be faced with strategy. Exploration and caution are essential, as traps and surprises await on every new path. Progression rewards those who learn from their mistakes, making each victory even more satisfying. The oppressive atmosphere reinforces the sense of desolation and constant danger. Ruined castles, forgotten temples, and fog-covered paths create settings that feel alive, brimming with untold stories. Tension never fades, and the uncertainty of what's to come makes every advance a mix of fear and fascination. Only the most persistent will overcome the challenges and prove they are worthy of this journey. Let me know which of these games you've had the chance to play. Did any of them catch your interest? And would you add it to your list of upcoming games? We'd love to hear which one grabbed your attention the most. Feel free to share any game that you think definitely deserved a spot on the list, but didn't make it. If you can, please subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never wonder again what to play next. I'm leaving 2 videos on the card, one that I selected for you and another that YouTube picked. Just click on either one to watch. A big hug, enjoy the game, and see you tomorrow.